We're joined today by increasingly infrequent forums poster Counter Cowboy.
I'm here and I fucked everything up so fucking hard.
Yeah, this is totally the first time we're recording this. And there absolutely was not a spectacular fuck up with the previous time.
No, definitely not.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything is perfectly fine. We're gonna go fight this dragon and everything, and we're gonna fix everything.
This dragon with transdimensional bowels.
It does the poopies and it goes into the other places and stuff.
Other places and times. It's really... Of all the things that we've seen in this game that make absolutely no sense, somehow this one just sticks out.
Well, you see, if you read the data log, you would know that, in fact, what happened was he swallowed the white hole gem, and because of that, it was automatically connecting to the black hole gem, which we got back in the Sunlit Waterscape. So really, this is all just one big, spectacular...
One big spectacular what? One big spectacular what, Ardix?
I mean, really, this is just one big coincidental fuck-up. It's not his fault.
We agree on one point, this is a fuck-up.
There, see, look, he's got a black hole, okay? He's not his fault.
I thought you said he swallowed the white hole gem.
I don't fucking know. He swallowed one of them.
God.
That's not a joke, by the way. That is, in fact, like, straight up out of the data log.
I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. You know, dragons eat gems. Why do they have treasure hoards?
They don't eat them, they just, like, guard them and stuff. Wait, okay, but for real though, is there, like, you know, the actual fight part of this video, is there anything worth noting about it?
Well, he's a dragon. He does dragon things, like breathe fire and fly into us.
Okay.
Pretty much everything he does carry a wound. It's not a very significant one, but it is there.
Yeah, that's like, what, a couple hundred hit points, maybe?
Not even. I think, like, Sarah's lost maybe 100 max HP at this point.
This is a lot harder to get through without alcohol.
We believe you. I can sympathize. Also, yeah, some of your guys appear to be dead.
But see, that's okay. I can Phoenix down them. Because this game, for better or for worse, it doesn't really do anything to stop you from just constantly throwing out Phoenix Downs and powering through it.
That's...
It's a strategy.
Like, there's never anything that, like, requires you to keep your buffs up or anything like that. It's just, can you not die? And if you can, then it doesn't matter. You can just, as long as you've got the Phoenix Downs, you win, eventually.
This is Final Fantasy XIII-2, you can very easily not die.
Sounds like my entire Pokemon strategy, where I just have one strong Pokemon, and the rest are just there so that they can use one item, which is the full restore, and then they die, and I swap in the now revived Super Pokemon.
Why, are you worried about him?
What? No. Just figured you'd be itching to see him again.
Yeah, I've beaten level 80s as a 60 before.
There's one
Pretty
thing
sick.
I know about Snow, is that he's as tough as a behemoth.
So,
I don't worry too
we
much
murdered the thing.
Yes. We murdered the thing, and now we have both gems. So, we have cut off the flow of the Flans back to the Sunlit Waterscape.
Okay, so it's at this point I would like to make a point of order. Somewhat of a literal point of order. But first, here's a question. What year is this? I mean, I know it's year unknown officially, but this is important. When is this shit happening in the Archaeal Water yeah. The Archaeal Steppe.
This... I mean, I guess logically speaking, it would have to be in it would have to be after 300 AF.
Right.
Because if it was before 300 AF, then you would have everything would have happened anyway.
It sounds like you're starting to appreciate the problem here. So, if it was before this now, then we'd be creating a paradox just by murdering that thing. Because I mean, think about it. The Flans are all getting eaten up by the stupid dragon thing, and then transported through time and then spat out. And them getting spit out is what's causing the pillar to weaken. And we're going to change that by killing the thing. But if the thing was in the future, going by this game's unique and terrible theories of how causality works, then just the fact of us having killed that thing in the first place should basically cause the entire plot to collapse in on itself in a singularity of making no sense. Right?
I'm gonna let you finish, but this monster has the dumbest name I've ever seen.
But you see, you missed his bigger, redder version called Royal Ripeness.
Yeah. Yeah, you're wrong about that. This can get so much dumber.
Just mechanically to point one quick thing out. He gives himself auto haste, bravery, and faith. You cannot dispel them for whatever reason. So,
That's pretty dumb.
like it's still an easier fight than the dragon. Like this is like a 2-minute fight with no deaths or anything. So.
So yeah, I'm just trying to make sense of how this paradox plot point makes any damn sense.
I think Scurvy, as Scurvy Kip put it, it's a double paradox. So,
Cancels it out?
which is to say that even Final Fantasy XIII-2 was like, yeah, this is fucking dumb and doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna tell it to you anyway.
So it's like we changed the future, which caused the past to change, which caused the future to change as well under regular chronology rules. And we change the future, change the past, change the future, change the past, change the future, change the...
Just shoot me in the head.
A pretty standard response to this game.
His hair is just, he got more of a douchebag. Ugh.
Well, we don't know that. You know, he had that bandana on in 13.
Yeah, for all we know, he might always have looked like this much of a douchebag.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'd believe it. If anything, I'd be worried about going with the black coat. Why did he have to go with the black coat now?
To be cool.
Okay, so now Noel is going on at Snow for being useless. And Snow's going on at Noel about being useless.
And back in your own time, you protected your village and
What?
your friends. Am I wrong? Seems to me.
What the hell are we even arguing about, guys?
I don't know.
Well, this is Noel going off on Snow again, but this time Snow is turning the tables by pointing out, we're not so different all along, are we, Noel?
How can anyone unironically go, we're not so different, you and I? How can they just write that and not just be so ashamed of themselves?
Well, I mean, Snow's not wrong.
I know. You say that as though we aren't living in an age in which video game writers don't have characters look down at their bloodstained hands and ask, what have I done? Because that is a thing that video game writers still do. Also...
Wait, but we resolved the paradox.
See, this is another fun one. See, now that we've resolved the paradox, Snow is disappearing because Snow doesn't belong here, as opposed to all those other times when we solved the paradox and nothing really changed.
He's going all Marty McFly on us.
Sorry, Sarah. I can't be with you here.
yeah,
Please don't leave me. I can't lose you over.
I...
Be okay. Heroes never die.
Sure. So, yeah, Sarah and Noel didn't know about the Lucy thing, did they? That was just, like, the player that knew about it.
Yeah, that was a player thing.
Ah, okay. Well, I was gonna complain about that stupid plot point, but I guess it's not really actually that stupid.
Why do we have the brand?
Oh wait, except
Ain't snow on the sea.
it left the pendant, but not.
He might not have been forced.
It's JRPG rules of disappearing, is that
A million years.
you take your clothes with you, but you're allowed to drop one meaningful accessory that will just hammer home the point that you're gone.
Power of the Lassie.
Everyone knows what happens to the sea.
It's a pretty standard thing, really.
Fail. They're doomed.
Wasn't the entire point of one that Lassie aren't necessarily not doomed because they
Damn the consequences.
they did everything?
Man himself.
You would think like that was the entire point of 13, which is that you could change your fate. Except then this game happened, and suffice to say that this game has a lot of explanations for why that happened, and it turns out that that's actually a really, really bad thing.
Yes,
Yeah, it was like the 13 taken on its own was like, yeah, you can change your fate. You can believe in the heart of the cards or some shit and make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then 13-2 decided that, actually no, the point all along was that they could never change their fate. You can never ever ever change your fate. The only reason their fate was changed is because fucking God appeared and changed their fate, okay?
And that was a bad thing, by the way.
I won't stop.
Like, that single thing is going to just cause
and I'll make sure you do.
problems and issues and monumental fuck-ups and generally everything else that ever will ever go wrong in the rest of the entire Final Fantasy XIII chronology happened because Etro fucked everything up by saving Lightning and her friends.
They could go back
Right.
and be together like before.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Look forward to the day they can.
Mog's pretty adorable in his pirate outfit.
Is he?
Sarah, the future is
Of course, he's in a little pirate outfit. I fucking hate Mog's, but he's looking pretty sharp.
I guess I can't really complain comparing it to the skeleton outfit from before.
Hey, that was a good outfit. You shut your whore mouth.
Queen can hold now, for a while longer at least. The rest will have to leave to hope in the other.
Okay, so did the game just drop an artifact and then teleport us away from the artifact that the game dropped?
It absolutely did.
That's good game design.
Stellar.
Wow, that cutscene went on for far longer than it had any right to. I won't lie, I kind of, just stopped following what was happening about 3 minutes in. Only because I kind of knew already what they were saying, but they were just taking about 5 times as long as they needed to actually say it. But, you know, that's just this game in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yes, it seems how I've had some 40-odd beers between these recordings. Can't remember much of what happened. So this is all pretty new to me still.
Oh, I assure you it wouldn't make much more sense if you couldn't actually remember it. There's bits of this game that I can remember verbatim that still make no sense, and I will still be astounded and surprised when they actually happen in context.
Well, I'm glad that they told us that we have a restoration artifact.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wonder what sort of
Let's.
area we might be going to with a restoration artifact.
I don't know.
I mean, after all, we came to the Sunlith on a reunion artifact, so...
Hold on, it's Liam O'Brien.
Will you allow this?
It is not for me to decide.
Oh, don't walk away. Say things. Say things.
Come back, Sephiroth.
Right, well, that was a good Liam O'Brien cutscene.
Okay.
So yeah, we're back in the Void. They pretty much dump us off here at the conclusion of every episode. So since we just finished episode 3, it's time for another breather cutscene.
Hooray.
Okay, so since Sarah and Noel are going to stand around here chatting about absolutely nothing, I'm going to try and recollect my thoughts over how terribly confusing the previous paradox with the interdimensional bowels thing was, because I tried to figure it out, and I horrendously fucked it up. But now I actually remember what my actual problem with it was. It's like this. The flan, the giant flan, is a paradox. That's the central thing here, is that it's a paradox, we're going to solve it. It shouldn't exist. And it exists in 300 AF.
You remember when you told me that you saw lightning
So,
in your dreams?
to fix it, we go to another time period where some random thing is eating flans and then murdering it.
The last time I saw lightning,
Which stops, and that stops the flow of the flans to 300 AF.
Dreams about what happened the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is where it becomes important when the Archel Step stuff is happening. Because if it's happening before, then by conventional
My turn.
chronology,
I want to know about you.
murdering it, well, essentially solving our actual title paradox just creates another paradox where the first paradox couldn't have happened.
She could be a time traveler, right?
But if it's in the future,
In snow.
I don't
then you can actually get the same thing just by invoking Final Fantasy XIII-2 bullshit chronology.
over and over. And each generation of the Farseers.
Because you change the future and therefore you change the past.
Called you.
So you're saying
I'm kind of loosely aware that
you're waiting?
I am making an argument based entirely on the internal inconsistency of the most bullshit plot point in Final Fantasy XIII-2, but
Oh, it took me a long time
Yeah.
to start believing it.
solving the paradox is a paradox. And not like the stupid plot paradox, an actual,
I've been thinking.
like,
If we
an actual goddamn paradox.
and resolving paradoxes and
So good work on that, writers.
Well, that just means it's thematically appropriate, right?
the future you come from will change along
Does
with
it?
everything else.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're solving paradoxes, so clearly we need to throw in an actual paradox in there somewhere.
Possible?
Sure it is.
I mean, thematically, paradoxes in this game are just like, oh, something from another time period.
Too much sadness in my world. Your future.
Doesn't matter whether or not it's impossible for it to exist, it's just, if you travel back in time and walk around, you are a paradox.
Let's go. We've got a date with lightning.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Also, some serious Chrono Trigger, that place where you hub from this place. Vibes. Those are the words I was trying to go for there.
Looks different
Oh,
from the last time we were
The
here.
end of time.
Mog, is this
Chrono
even the same
Trigger
place?
is the game that this game desperately wants to be, but isn't.
Few games are. The game's too immense.
Yeah. Yeah, Chrono Trigger actually had a goddamn point to its
That's where
stupid
there are all these little differences.
time hub place.
This throne.
And you can just kill party members sometimes. Like,
This is
I'm not going to recruit you. Die now.
Goddess.
Yeah, but like this game really, really wants to be Chrono Trigger, and it is not.
It even has its own, quote, end of time, unquote. But there's absolutely nothing to do here. There isn't even a bullshit boss that levels up with your party and can wipe the floor with you regularly.
Fuck that guy.
Awesome.
I felt great because I could solo the boss.
It's like, I mean, really, there's other than the presence or lack of that guy, there's actually very little difference, and yet you will not find anyone who says that Chrono Trigger didn't do this exact thing better than Final Fantasy XIII-2 did.
Awesome.
So, that just tells you something about how classily you can execute a concept in a video game.
Yeah, and the old man was pretty cool. And then you figured out who the old man was, and you're like, oh shit!
Pretty much. Just like actual meaningful plot points. Remember those? I can barely remember those, it's been too long.
Well, I played it for the first time in like 2010, so those times were 5 years ago for me.
Oh well.
Wait, what? What was that? What was that? Oh no. No, 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 we're not. No, no, that's it! That's it, we're done, we're done. LP over. Go home, everyone.
Thank you to everyone who guested with us, it's been a real pleasure.
You're welcome?